Hey there, once again, it's me, Gianna, and welcome to another episode of Pageant Talk Season 3. And we have a very beautiful and special guest, Miss Globe Malaysia 2021, Malveen Kaur. Hi, Malveen.
Hello. Hi,
Did
Gian. Thank you
I get the
so much for
pronunciation
having
right?
me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so thank you also for being in this vlog, Malveen, and you're so beautiful. You've exceeded beyond my expectations, and
Oh,
like
okay.
I said earlier, you should be talking more on your Instagram. Are you considering this option, or
Well, I've been actually having a couple of nudges, not only from the organization, but from my friends, my partner. They want to see me speak more. So I'm like, okay, let's prepare some contents on that.
yeah? And how are your preparations right now for Miss Globe, knowing that I think you're leaving in less than a month, right?
Well, to be exact, I have about 3.5 weeks to go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So by the time this will be released, guys, she's already in Albania. So yeah, so Malveen, before I'll ask you the questions that I prepared, how has your preparations been so far?
It's been going really good. There's a lot of challenges along the way, seeing that within my country itself, I live quite far away from where I'm supposed to be. I'm actually way down in the south of Malaysia, and I have to travel really far, about 2.5 hours to for my preparation. But I mean, it's something that I have to do. I signed up for this, and I'm all prepared. So no excuses in becoming the next Miss Globe.
Yes, and we're very excited for you. And by the way, you look like Demi Moore.
Oh, okay.
And you
Okay,
look
that's
very
the
and
first.
you remind me of one Hollywood actress. I'll text you after this interview who you
Okay.
remind me with. Okay, so Malveen, are you ready for your interview?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so it's just
Mission.
gonna be very easy. I know you're gonna be like, you're gonna go through this like, like an expert. So, number one,
Okay.
Malveen, what
Mhm.
makes you unique?
Well, what makes me unique? I mean, my name says it all. I'm Malveen Kaur, and this is the very first time that I'm stepping into the pageantry world. So, definitely what makes me stand out is my personality in a way. Nobody can have that, and nobody can achieve that level of confidence and my wittiness, my goofiness. So, all in all, like when I stand in front of the camera, I'm very comfortable. So, I'm always bringing myself to the greatest level to present myself in the best quality. So that is definitely the unique and different side of me.
Yeah, did you consider a career in broadcasting or on TV, or is that your career right now?
Okay, well, I as much as I really want to, like I have always dreamed of being what do you call it, a radio DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but based on the conditions that has been like flooding the entire world, so there's like a lot of restrictions and limitations. So I'm like, okay, let's find another way where I can really use my voice. So pageantry was a way to do it. So but I mean, after pageantry, yeah, I might consider maybe being more on TV, hopefully.
Yeah, but I still can see you though. Should should you have or should you get another chance to represent Malaysia? I feel like you still have a lot to do in the world of pageantry, and I can see a bright future ahead of you, Malveen. And
Oh, thank you.
yeah, and I'm gonna be in a lookout for that. So, okay, so Malveen, what defines you?
Oh, what defines me? I would have to say, apart from my personality, I have to say is my family background in a way, where I come from and who I represent. So I come from a very small, I wouldn't say town or city. Okay, so I would just say a state. Okay, so I come from a small state called Johor, and we are very peaceful people over here, and we don't really chase after high-end shopping lifestyle, compared to the capital of Malaysia, which is Kuala Lumpur, which I do love as well. But being where I am for almost 27 years of my life, I think this is always going to be my first and forever home. So being a pure Johorian, I think I'm really proud, sticking to my roots and my culture here and bringing that across Malaysia and then across, the international platform. I think that is something that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm really excited for you because, like you mentioned, that it is your first pageant, right?
First national pageant, first international pageant. Yeah.
Wow. How does it feel that all of a sudden, from being just a simple laid back girl, and now you're catapulted into this position? Did it ever cross your mind way back that you'd be in this position right now?
Well, before I started like venturing into pageantry, I was actually a part-time waitress.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I had a struggle because after completing my studies, so I graduated with a degree in fashion designing and marketing. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
You can
but when
relate to my work. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, it was pretty unfortunate at that time when I graduated. So I had a real struggle trying to get a job that's closely related to what I want to do. And what I want to do was basically designing and creating a sort of like a different touch of like within my label. Because I'm not really ready to wear kind of a designer. I'm more of like manipulating the fabrics and really creating a new silhouette and stuff like that. So but based on the situation years before, I stumbled upon this company called Rent a Dress. So yeah, it reminded me of the show Saying Yes to the Dress. So I'm like, okay, let's try this, So that was like a sort of like a switch of my direction towards fashion retail instead. So I'm like, okay, let's go for it. So pretty much that's when my personality sort of developed into someone that's more outgoing and really talkative and wild. So from being really reserved back then, fashion has really, sort of like, I wouldn't say elite, but blossomed me into someone that's very different.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really use the word shy anymore, so I don't think so it exists in my dictionary at all. So yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like those limitations, setbacks are always there, and God will always bring you to the original desire that He has for you. And don't you worry about that, Malveen, because time will only, of course, there's time, right? And time dictates sometimes our actions, and circumstances sometimes limits us, but really it should not define us. And
true.
You should go back to that original love of yours, and God placed that desire of yours in your heart because He knows that you have that talent. And I'm really excited for you, Malveen, because like not all designers, including me, I'm not really good at fabric manipulation. I'm more of aesthetics, but for you, you can do fabric manipulation, and I feel like you can do so much more. So maybe
I'm actually really waiting for that. That's sort of like my 5-year goal, like after pageantry. Like if I don't really see myself joining other competitions, then definitely I want to like partner up with my boyfriend, and then we're gonna start like a label together. So what I vision is creating like power suits for beauty queens out there, because I hardly see like beauty queens that are able to implement suits into their wardrobe for pageant week. Some do, some don't, because they are afraid that they don't have that confidence to carry that. So I'm like, okay, I mean, this is something that I want to bring into the pageantry world once I'm retired. So this is something that I can sort of still give back, like Malveen Kaur, that's the name you have to remember forever.
Yeah, and I feel like this public platform that the Lord has given you is He's just really using it for your name to be out there, so that you wouldn't really have to strive, in marketing and everything that you do would be very
Mm.
convincing to the market. So I'll pray for you, Malveen. Don't worry.
Oh,
So
thank you.
number 3, what is your definition of love?
Oh, okay. I love this question. Okay. Um, Love can actually be in different forms. It can come from anybody. It can come from even your pets, or even things, non-living things in a way. So it's how we convey it. So for me, the definition of love can be as simple as, I love to eat pizza. So that's very, very simple.
I
So I
love
don't
pizza too. We could be pizza buddies.
I love cheese. Cheese is just my go-to
Yeah.
food, even though I'm not supposed to have a lot at this moment because I'm going for Globe, but I'm like, whatever, you can burn it, so just eat whatever you want. So I really
Yeah.
love food, and even like when I'm having like the most tasteful like dinner, I would take my sweet time to really enjoy each and every flavor within that spoon. And I'm actually the most slowest eater within the group.
Okay.
Like everybody's done and I'm still there. Like, okay, never
Eating.
mind.
That's what you call French eating, okay? So you wouldn't really you really wouldn't gain weight because it takes 15 minutes for
Actually,
the brain to
that's
process
one
your
of
food.
my abilities. I think that's my superpower. Like no matter how much I eat, like I'm still the same. So forget about exercising, because whenever I do exercise, I become really small,
Oh
and
yeah.
standing next to Purani and Lisha, I'm like such a schmott, like like, oh my god, girls, like, oh
Yeah. Well, that makes you unique actually. You were born like that. So yeah, okay. Number 4. Okay, the last question for getting to know you. What experiences in life has made you become a better person today?
Okay, well, this question actually, I'm sort of living it every single day of my life. Like, there's never going to be a full stop to,
Yeah.
learning about myself and really developing into someone that's better every single day. So I would have to really give kudos to my family, my friends, and also my partner, who is always pushing me to work towards being a woman of quality. So I really respect that. Yeah. So he to be honest, like when I met him, he really brushed me into this woman where I didn't expect myself to be, and I didn't realize that that is actually who I am and what I can really cater and what sort of level that I can really portray out there. So he taught me how to wear suits, and not just any kind of suits, like a full suit, like a tuxedo. So he wanted me to really transform up to the standards of like Bella Hadid. So that is the example that he gave me. So he's like, look at the way she is, look at her social media, look at the way she carries herself. So every single day he's giving me like different sort of lessons, teaching me about perseverance, teaching me about trying to be patient and really listen to people. So I really appreciate what he's doing, and everyone is like really sort of making me absorb a lot of values there. So I'm a person who really appreciates like when people sort of lend hand as well for me to become better and for me to improve a lot. So at day by day, I can really see myself like, I wouldn't say changing, but more to, stepping up the game. So the Malveen Kaur that started her pageantry journey in 2019 is way different compared to the Malveen Kaur that's going for Globe this time. So it's like a huge jump.
Your partner is so amazing because yeah, and there's a verse in the Bible that says that we should build each other up, and I feel like your partner really had a revelation of God's love, and that's a role of a man really to a woman. And I also got the same revelation as well, and God bless his heart really. And I'm so excited for your married life with him. And
okay, that's kind of too far. Let's bring it down.
No, because like for sure, if he did that to you, he's definitely looking forward already to spending the rest of his life with you. So keep us on the loop, Malveen, and I'll celebrate with
Well,
you.
just stay up to date with my social media. So
Yeah, since we're friends there already. So, okay, now Malveen, now down to the next part. Are you ready for the Q&A challenge?
I am ready.
And don't worry, there's no time limit because you can say
Oh,
whatever
okay.
you want. Yeah, and I took out questions from the past Miss Globe editions for you to answer,
Mhm.
and I'm sure this will be asked of you again in the near future in the pageant itself. So, number one, what skill do you possess that can help the society aside from eating slow?
Oh, okay. So I am a huge fan, and also I'm very passionate about children. So
Mm,
I see them as our future world leaders. So I think if we don't really take care of them now, we don't really educate them, with proper information about the world. So I think that's sort of like a huge miss because they are very precious and they're very delicate and they're very curious. So like for me, like to actually give back to the society is always lending a hand, and that's why I started my project called the Bunga Project. So yeah, so that is sort of the inspiration. Like I have two nieces and one nephew, and they are just the love of my life. And seeing how they question about every single thing, you know, I'm really like surprised because when I was their age, I wasn't as curious as they are. And they would ask about every single thing and questions that we as adults we don't even, ask.
yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I really admire that. So I really want to make sure that everybody in this world gets the same privilege, gets the same level of education. And I'm not just saying like everybody needs a master's, everybody needs a degree. No, when we talk about education, it should be something where we're always up to date about the current world issues, because I feel a lot of people are sort of like ignoring the fact that, let's take example from mother nature, like she's suffering, and what are we doing? We're still trying to like give her more pain, so even if we want to talk about humanity, we can't even save mother earth. So let's like, let alone we cannot even help each other. So look at the current situation. We even have pandemic, and a lot of us are sort of being irresponsible, not really, following and abiding to the SOPs that are given out there. It's really simple. Just sit at home, follow the rules, and everything will be back to normal. So yeah, really getting myself out there to be as helpful as I can to the society. So that's one way that I can really be more like giving my contribution back to other people.
Wow, I am speechless, Malveen.
I need
Like,
to shorten it when I'm on stage
no,
though, because I'm such a storyteller.
no, 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 no. Like I said, you have to have your own vlog because, like,
Okay.
yeah, you should. I mean, whatever you said right now, it's just really amazing. I mean, I'm drawn
Thank
to
you.
you, and people can actually pay attention to you. So
Oh,
I strongly encourage you to do that, Malveen. Okay, regardless if people are watching or not, just do it so that you're not just to build yourself up, but really you have a voice and
oh,
you have a
thank you.
heart. You have that nurturing heart, and you have to
Mhm.
show that. Okay, so very good. Number two.
Yay!
Um, yes, number two. What is that one thing in the world today that you would like to get rid of or eliminate?
Okay. I wouldn't just say COVID itself, but I want to eliminate every diseases in this world, because I think like the more we try to take care of ourselves, the more expenses that we have to like get rid of. Like
Yeah.
it's very expensive nowadays for to maintain our healthy lifestyle in a way.
Right.
So I want everybody to be fit and healthy and live a long life and really enjoy as much as we can, travel, eat whatever you want, and really explore more about the world, because I feel like sometimes when we get hit with certain diseases, it kind of like limits our time spent there in this world. And But in a way, I think there's a good and bad, because when we get sort of diseases, life gets more meaningful in a way.
Right.
We want to do more things.
Yeah.
So there's always a different point of view. There's always a different perspective that we can look at. So, but definitely I want to eliminate every sort of whatever virus that's out there, whatever sickness, that's causing a mass destruction, and also the decrease of number in our population as well. Because I think humans on this planet are very precious, and if we don't take care of one another, sooner or later we're just going to be extinct, just like the dinosaurs. And I don't think we are all ready to leave this planet at all.
Yeah. Wow. Gosh, your heart, Malveen, is so beautiful.
Oh, don't make me cry.
Heart. Yeah. Beautiful heart. Beautiful
Thank
heart.
you.
Yeah. So, okay. Number 3, what kind of qualities that a woman has that makes her a great leader? I know you have it. So what do you think you have that makes you a great leader? Yeah.
I always remind myself of these 3 qualities that I want to project to mainly the children first. So the first one is always to lead, to inspire, and then to empower. Because when you learn to lead, you need to lead with example and not lead with your ego.
Yeah.
So, and then when you start to inspire people start to listen to you. People not only understand you from the aspect of, what you speak, and it's also from where you speak. Are you speaking from the mind, or are you speaking from the heart?
Yeah.
So for me, I always speak from within. So I want to make sure that people really understand what I'm saying, and they feel different sort of emotions, and they understand it's not just words, but it's something that they should really absorb within them and then empower others. So that is the chain that that's the cycle that I really want to give to everybody out there, because I feel like a lot of people are sort of losing their touch of trying to inspire other people, trying to empower a lot of people. So if you want to talk about leadership, that's the 2 main qualities that a leader should always have. And since talking about quality as well, women, we are thought to be very nurturing, and we are good listeners, and we have a big heart. So that are the sort of qualities that I feel like we should really sort of be more strict with, and really get it within ourselves, so that in that way people can reflect looking at us. So it's our Miss Universe 2019, Zoe, right?
Yeah.
So that is what she said. She wants people to look at her in a way that she's a positive reflection of what they want the world to be, what they want the world to have, and how they see the world. So that's the same way. So look at me as your mirror and see that the world is actually not a really bad place to be in. So start leading the smaller groups, start leading the children, and teach them a lot of good things, and watch the world change, because that's actually the most powerful weapon that we can always use. Teaching is just the utmost weapon that we can change the world in a way.
Wow, you have so much to give, Malveen.
I hope I can really say speak like this on stage, because when I'm on stage, I'm like, oh god, people.
I know, the
people.
tension and everything. But here's the thing. That's the reason why I'm encouraging you to really, get yourself out there and speak, because pageants will only give you 30 seconds, but with your own platform, with your own vlogging, or even TikTok, you can actually speak a lot, and people will definitely listen, because God gave you beauty, and you have a partner who is really encouraging you to be that quality woman that you are. So, Malveen, I won't stop this vlog without encouraging you to go do it after this interview.
Okay. I will consider it. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm sure there will be so many chances that you will have in the near future that will be invited to speak. So, all right. So, number 4, and second to the last question. Do you think social media is a big help, or is it just hurting society today?
It's a little bit of both, but then again, it's about perspective and how we utilize social media in a way. Because at this time, social media has become a massive weapon for cyberbullying in a way.
Yeah.
People are just becoming keyboard warriors, and they are just merely attacking people behind the screen. And when it comes to really revealing themselves, they sort of hide away. So I think a lot of people have been victimized by the platform, such as social media. I don't have a mention like what sort of platforms, but I think it's happening everywhere. And it doesn't only mean like, it can be on the internet, it can also be on text messages, phone calls, anything. So I've also been like, I've actually experienced like being victimized for all the social media cyberbullying as well, and it's not really the best place to be
Yeah.
at. So if we want to talk about whether or not it's a safe place to be, it all depends on the responsibility of the users there and the owners of the social media as well. So I think it really depends, and it falls in the hands of how we want to create it a safe space. So I see there's a lot of youth today that are advocating about making social media the most safest place on earth for us to be more live our freedom to the fullest and say whatever we want to say. But of course there's a limitation there, so we have to make sure that if we don't have anything nice to say, just keep it to ourselves.
Yeah.
Don't use social media platform as a way for you to just sort of let go of all your hatred, let go of whatever you feel like, it's like, oh, people are not going to read it, so I'm just going to like let it out there and just let it be. But you never know, within that few minutes you're going to get in trouble and people are already going to attack you in a way. So sometimes I understand that we not a lot of people have a close relationship with another person in real life, so social media is our best friend there. So if you want it to be your best friend, make sure that you're using it in a very positive way and not in a negative way. Don't harm people, don't make people feel less of a person just by using that as a tool. So it's definitely comes down to it's a 50-50 chance of social media becoming the best place to be on earth and the worst place to be on earth. So again, it's our responsibility to make it the most enjoyable experience and to make it less kind of a battlefield there for everyone to just live their life with freedom of speech.
Yeah, and sometimes with the way you explained your answer, people always forget that social media is public and it's not the extension of their own character.
Yeah, I mean, it's always the person behind it, right?
Yeah. It should not be the extension of your personality. So, wow, Malveen. Okay, last question. Yeah, I couldn't help it, but really, Malveen, you really have to get yourself out there because yeah, and you know what? I'm so proud of you because you're so unafraid to you don't put your heart on your sleeve. It's not the right way to describe you, but you are very careful. At the same time, you're unafraid to show your vulnerability. And that's a very, very good characteristic of a person. And you're so authentic and honest. And I want to honor your heart, okay? And the Lord will definitely bless your vulnerability because you're so unafraid to show your vulnerable side. So, okay, Malveen, last question. What is your opinion on COVID-19 vaccination?
Okay. Personally, I feel it's a good thing that we finally have a solution to combat this virus and to live through this pandemic now, because seeing that it's never going to go away in years to come, but again, if we look back and if we look at the track history of the diseases that actually has kind of like landed across the globe, and we've actually lived through that. So 20 years, 30 years, I think it's sort of becoming more of a norm that we are welcoming diseases in a way. But then again, we are humans. We have, the greatest minds on the planet, and we are always able to come up with solutions to actually make sure that everybody is going to live their life not really back to normal, but sort of live with it in a positive way. So we have a lot of viruses, we have a lot of sicknesses here, but have we been able to eliminate that completely? No, but we have always find a way to make sure that it does not consume our life, it does not consume our health. So we are always going to be fighting, and life is a battle. So the moment you stop fighting for yourself, that's the moment you're going to lose everything in the world. Yeah. So for me, the vaccination has been more of a blessing for everybody, to ensure that we are going to take life a little bit more serious this time. And just appreciate the fact that the government is out there to help us help people. And if they did not listen to us, then that's it for the planet, that's it for humanity. So I really salute to everybody out there who has been working so hard to come up with the solution, for every one of us. And I know there's always going to be the naysayers, but then to convince them is always the duty and the responsibility of the people that are living here, not just the higher authority. So, but then again, it's up to us if we want to be able to take up that solution as a way of life in a way, or if we don't want to take it up, it's completely fine. But we're seeing that now we're treating this virus just like another flu, it's humble. And I just applaud every single person to be strong and really fighting their way through this virus. And I hope that, if we were to go through another pandemic like this again, humanity will take its course and really fight over this. And so nothing or no one can really, really take our home away from us and take the people on this planet away.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, Malveen, I can just, spend the whole day and let you talk. Because you are so amazing. And you make
what my partner says as well.
Yeah, and it makes sense, It be so amazing to spend time with you and be your best friend, and just have you over for dinner, and we'll just let you talk because you're so amazing. You have a very, very beautiful heart. So Malveen, before I let you go, why should you be the next Miss Globe? Yeah.
Okay, can I keep it short?
Oh yeah. You know what? You remind me of Catriona Gray, because Catriona Gray has a lot to say too, and that has been her challenge before going to Miss Universe.
Oh my God!
She had to be trained how to keep her answers short, but she has a lot of love to give and a lot to express. And yeah, Catriona is like that. You remind me of her actually. And
that's oh my God, that's such an honor. Okay, that literally made my day, because Catriona has always been my number one inspiration. And when I joined pageantry, she was the very person that I want to embody, and I learned a lot from her. And seeing that she's from Philippines, the most beautiful country, to have to really celebrate pageantry in every sort of way, and not just about pageantry, but you guys really celebrate women like no other.
Yeah.
You really honor, you really honor queen. So I'm like, oh my God. So I thank you so much. I'm gonna go to sleep thinking, oh my God, Jan told me that I remind him of Catriona.
Yeah, I'm not kidding, because as far as I could remember, Catriona was really trained to keep her answers short, because she has a lot to say. She's very intelligent like you, and her heart is just really filled with so much love that she overflows in it. And you remind me of her, really. So yeah, going back to the question, why should you be the next Miss Globe?
To keep it short, why not?
Oh wow, yeah. Yes, why not? Yeah.
I mean, first for everything. So I feel like for my country itself, we've gotten real close before, but not as close to becoming the winner. So this time, the organization really has their 100% faith in me, and our KPI this year is really beyond the skies and space, even like. So I really want to. I mean, at this point, I really want to do it for myself first and really prove to myself like this is something that I've been dreaming of, representing Malaysia. And now, if I do get blessed with the Miss Globe title and really represent Globe, that will be the greatest thing on earth for me, because I've sort of taken this as my very last pageant. Because of the age restrictions and so on. So, but then again, if opportunity really open up for me in the next year or so, then I would aim for something even more bigger, definitely. So this could be just like a stepping stone for me.
Yeah, and we'll never know that you're gonna win, and I'd be so proud that I have the honor to interview the future Miss Globe.
Thank you so much.
Of course, you're welcome. So, Malveen, do you have any messages to your fans, in the Philippines? Of course, you have fans here. So, any messages here? Yeah.
Okay. Mabuhay Philippines. Malveen Kaur here, Miss Globe Malaysia. So this has been such a tremendous experience speaking to Gian, and I just want to send my very, very large and warm heart to all my Filipino fans, and hopefully I get to meet all your queens one day, Maury, Catriona, and Pia Wurtak. So anyone that I can really get my hands on to really speak with them and exchange a lot of knowledge and experience. So, and hopefully I would be in Philippines personally one day to visit and explore, and try Filipino food. So that's one of the main reasons I want to go to Philippines someday.
Yeah, and I hope that you and Maureen can be good friends, because I had her in my vlog a few months back, and I feel like I wanna talk to her again before she leaves for Albania.
I've tried to make contact with her, but I think she's really caught up with the preparations as well, and she has a very huge fan base, so I need to get in line.
Yeah, but don't worry, I'll give a word. I'll give a word to all of her followers so that you guys can be connected. So I'll do my best. I'll do my best here.
Thank you so much.
Oh gosh, Malveen, what a beautiful way to spend an afternoon with you. And I'm looking forward to meeting you in person and your whole team, which has been so amazing to me. And yes, guys, please follow Malveen on Instagram and make sure to follow her journey. And of course, subscribe to all of our social media accounts if you only want. And yes, thank you so much, Malveen, for dropping by. And we're so honored to have you in our vlogs. And guys, stay tuned to our next episode of Pageant Talk Season 3. And yep, God bless you all and bye.